Okay, boys and girls, this is lesson 11.3, real world problems. So the first one says the diameter of a circular tablecloth is 72 inches. Find the area and circumference. So that's very easy. All we need to do, let me just get a bigger marker, is if I have a circle here, the diameter, which is across, is 72 inches. So what I need to do is figure out the circumference and the area. So area, or let me do the circumference first, is pi times d. So pi times d is going to be 3.14 times, and then the diameter is 72. So that'll help you get the circumference. The area is pi r squared. So pi r squared, so the area will equal 3.14 times r squared. So if you need to, you could divide 72.5 on a calculator, but it should be 36 squared because it's r squared, and then you just have to compute that. Okay, next one. The radius of a circular carpet is 1.2. Find the area and circumference again. So I'm just going to draw a picture. This is, again, very easy. And this is the radius, and the radius equals 1.2. So you could figure that out based on our formulas from above. The only difference is circumference would be 2 pi r because you need to double the radius. Okay, number 3. It says a piece of wire is wound exactly 100 times without overlap around a circular tube with a radius of 9.8. Find the length of the wire, the piece of wire in meters. Okay, so first of all, we're talking, you have to figure out if you're talking about area or circumference. So we're going to talk about circumference because we're going around it, and you got to figure out how long it is. So what you're going to do is take it apart and stretch it out. So we're going to work with circumference. So it's 2 pi r. So I'm going to take 2 over 1, and the reason why I'm doing that is because we're going to use 22 over 7 for pi times the radius. So you could just do 9.8 over 1, and that would work fine too. So when you multiply everything out, you're going to get and divide by 7, you're going to get an answer, and that answer is in centimeters. And you have to remember, though, that that answer is only for one of the circumference or one of the loops there, and you have to do it 100 times. In the end, you're going to see there's an easy way to do it, but your answer is going to be in centimeters then, and you have to get to meters. So you have to divide by 100 to get to meters. Okay, next one. Okay, so for this one, for number 4, what we need to do is figure out the circumference, and the circumference is going to tell you how long of a distance one revolution is. So we're going to take the circumference, the pi, times 0.7, divide by 7, and that's going to tell you how far it travels in one revolution. So once you get that answer, you're going to then take 440 meters and divide that by how far it traveled in one revolution. So wherever you got in that answer over here, and that will tell you then how many revolutions you went. Okay, so for the last one here, basically what they want you to do is figure out the area of that shaded region, which is the walkway. So if you look at this carefully, you will see that if we move this semicircle and put it underneath here, we're going to have, it's really 2 semicircles. You'll see that it connects and it'll make one giant circle there. So actually 2 circles, but let's talk about it. Let me just erase this. So basically what we need to do is this. You're going to figure out the area of this new big circle after I move this over here, and then we're going to figure out the area of this other circle. So there's a circle on the inside. So there's really 2 circles there. So when you figure out those areas, what we're going to do is take the big circle's area and then subtract the small circle's area. And when you subtract that, what's going to be left is what I fill in here, and this will be your walkway. So that's technically how you have to do the problem. So let's just go over a couple things. First, I'm going to write B for the big one, S for the small one. So the big one is going to be pi r squared, so it's 3.14 times r squared. Well, the radius, well, let's do the diameter first. The diameter is going to be the inside plus this and this, those two little areas. So it's going to be 14 plus 2 plus 2. So 14 plus 2 and 2 is 18, but we have to divide it by 2, so we're going to get 9 squared. This, when you solve it, will give you the area for the big. So the small radius, if you look, it would be 14 divided by 2 is 7. So it would be 3.14 times 7 squared. So when you solve these, all you have to do is really subtract the big minus the small area, and that's going to give